Hello. Okay, I think I'm live. Okay, hello, welcome to my channel, everybody. Okay, let's paint. I'm gonna try this water mixable oil colors. Okay, happy to be here. Hello, Swapnir. Hello, Jonas. Let's begin. Just a second, let me move my. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna turn on some lights and. Okay, let me explain first. This is the set of colors. It comes like 10 tubes. This is Winsor & Newton Artisan Water Mixable Oil Colors. I want to say thank you because I got this as a gift from one of my patrons, from Mary Chester. I have a couple of sets. This one and this one. Okay. I have heard that this works just like regular oil paints. Let's try. Here are the colors. I have 2 yellows, 2 reds, 2 blues, green, yellow ochre, burnt umber, and white. Okay, here you can see titanium white, cadmium yellow pale hue, oops, cadmium red. Oh, I'm gonna put it back here. Trying to run out. This is permanent alizarin crimson, ultramarine blue, and RV black. Okay, I have a little bit of water here. I don't think I'm gonna use it, but I mean I have it because I just wanna try. I'm using clean brushes. I haven't used these brushes with oil paint before. Okay, let's see. Hello Dita, hello Manuel, hello Ben, Rosie, hello Ruby, hello Fanchon. Okay, first I'm gonna draw really fast. Just a second. I'm moving the photograph here, okay, on my screen. Okay, let me sketch really fast the top. Okay, this is gonna be the face, eyes, the center line. You know, I always use some measurements for the proportions: brows, nose, chin. I don't see the chin here, but I'm assuming it's here. Okay, the hand is around here. Okay, that was how I block. Now obviously if you find this point from here, you can trace a 45-degree angle to the right, to the left, and find the corner of the eye here. To find this line, you split from here to here in 3 portions, and there you're gonna find this line for the eyes and this line for the brows. I'm going to erase this a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to draw with a little bit of paint. Okay, let me mix a little bit of blue, red, yellow. You know, the image you can see is black and white. I'm planning to add color. If you have seen my channel, I usually have let's say some kind of recipe to mixing the skin color, and I use basically always the same. And with that kind of recipe, it's pretty simple, you know, it's mixing orange, making a light and a dark orange, and able to get any skin color, to get close to any skin color, and from there obviously I add more colors and more variations. Okay. Did I say I have my certificate from water mixable oil? Oh wow. Hello Leslie. Hello Jonas. Okay, let me see. Yeah, that's okay. I have this space for mixing colors. I think everything is okay. Maybe I can move the whole head here, yeah? A little bit more to the right. Maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm gonna move it a little bit. Let's mix an orange first. It's kind of sticky, this. That's okay. Let's see. It looks like, I don't know, I can feel like just like regular oil paint. The only thing is just a little bit just thicker than my regular oil paints. You know, I usually use this Winton from Winsor Newton. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Let me see. Just water. A little bit more. Okay. You know, it feels like I'm adding just in a medium, like linseed oil and turpentine. Wow. I'm gonna light up this, and I'm gonna knock down this color to create this light orangey color for the skin. I think this is okay. Now I'm gonna use a different brush to mix a darker color. Again, I'm mixing orange, a little bit of alizarin crimson, a little bit of blue. Touch of white. Touch of yellow, a little bit of water. More water. Yep. I'm moving the hand a little bit to the right, the mouth, the eyes. You know, my hand was originally here. I'm gonna move it here. I'm gonna make the face a little bit bigger, a little bit to the right. Okay. More water. You know, it looks like it feels like just regular oil paint. But if you have used different brands, definitely you're gonna find this like more like Rembrandt's oil paints. No, if you use, I have used, for example, Amsterdam and regular oil paints, and they are pretty thin. You don't need to add any solvent, but these ones they look a little bit thicker. Now I'm using water more often than what I thought, but let's see. And the smell so different. It's kind of a soft smell. Stepping back and checking out the color, I think it's too orangey. Dita is telling me you have to loosen up the paint before start. Okay, like mixing the paint with water before, or with any medium? Okay, yeah, I didn't know about that. But let's see, I'm just thinking, okay, I just gonna paint and let's see what happens. Let's say at some point I'm gonna try to use just the paint without any water, and let's see what happens. Okay. Right now I'm thinking about the color, if this color is maybe too saturated. Since the photograph is just black and white, you know, I feel I feel kind of free to maybe add different colors. For example, for the hand, definitely I love to add some green. Let me see. Let me just yellow. Okay, let me mix here blue and yellow. Okay, I need water. Okay, I'm not pressuring too much with my brush. You see that I'm trying to go lightly. Obviously, I'm gonna add more paint, and if I go thicker with this green, maybe I'm not gonna be able to knock it down later. Just a little bit of white and lightly. Okay. Okay. Establishing colors that maybe I would like to see, but I'm just beginning. Maybe I'm gonna just knock down all of these colors, and maybe at the end you're not gonna see any green. But right now I just want to try to establish the orangey color, the green for the hand, green for here. I'm going to add a little bit of blue for the shadows. Let me see. I'm mixing ultramarine blue and white. Okay. Let me step back. what is the best brand for this water mixable paints? I'm just asking out loud because, to be honest, I haven't tried. That's the first time, and I think it's pretty good. Just you know, when you're painting a portrait and thinking about the drawing and all of that, it's kind of sometimes I just don't pay attention to the material that I'm using when I want to get the position of the nose. From time to time, I just got distracted with the drawing and the portrait, and I don't think about this thing about the material. But when I think about that, I can feel a difference with the oil paint, a little bit of a difference. Something that is kind of annoying for me. No, it's just the difference is mostly on the thickness. Okay, kind of I feel some resistance when I go here. Try to mix this. No, I don't feel that with oil paint. I mean, at least with the oil paints that I usually use. But it doesn't mean that it's better or worse. No, no, no. It's just that. It's just what it is. That doesn't make a painting better or worse than any other painting. Okay, I have the green on the hand. I'm going to mix orange color. I'm going lightly. I don't want to just make all. I'm adding just pink, basically pink. Lightly, every time that I apply the paint lightly is because I want to be able to retouch it again. I don't want to lay out a lot of paint. That's gonna be maybe difficult for me to put more paint on top of that. Oh, Dita is saying something that I love. She's saying I love the Cobra. The artisan is less soft. Okay, that's a good point. Hello, Eve. Hello, big brother. Okay. When you paint a hand, it's pretty common to exaggerate the reds on the fingers and a little bit of green here. Okay, and it's up to you how much you make this, the hand greenish and reddish. Okay, at the same time, I'm using some blue for the shadows. Like I said, I'm not so sure if we're gonna keep this blue. I'm just kind of experimenting here at the same time that I'm still drawing. And let's see. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of red to knock down this green. But definitely, I think this is pretty amazing to use water for oil paints. One of the things that obviously that it's been always, for saying some way, kind of annoying. It was the smell of turpentine and linseed oil. I mean, it's like with the oil paint. Usually, a studio looks to smell kind of strong sometimes, and with all the solvents clean up the brushes and all of that. For the people that obviously doesn't like that, this is pretty amazing. Okay, stepping back. Okay. Let's put more white here. You know, it feels really much better now. Let's say, let's consider this a second layer. It feels really soft going on top of the previous one. I can tell a difference here between the regular oil paints and this. Yeah, look at that, pretty soft. Yeah, pretty good. I need a bigger brush. I add a little bit. I wet this brush a little bit. I'm gonna pick up just black. This black is from the Mary's package, because in this 10 color set of the Artisan, there's no black. This feels kind of different. I'm pretty sure it's the brand. It feels like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like sticky at all. A little bit of blue here. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of cerulean blue. I'm just spraying out this a lot, this black. Obviously I'm planning to put some color on top. What about cerulean blue? Okay. Mixing cerulean blue and ultramarine blue. Or if I add blue here on the shadows, I have to add blue to all the shadows. It's just like a, uh, the color of the light is everywhere. The color of the shadow is everywhere. It's just a rule. We can break the rule if we want. Okay? Like adding another color instead of blue here, red here. I think that's not gonna work. Maybe I'll try it. You know what? I love this paint like this right now without water. It feels really good. But for the first layer, it didn't feel that good. Okay. Okay. Stepping back, just thinking about this. Okay, let me see. You need another brush. Okay, let's mix a little bit of red for the reddish areas on the face. I mix orange. I'm mixing orange, a touch of blue, touch of white. Oh, that was too much white. More red. Okay, red on the nose. Okay, more red. A little bit of alizarin crimson. A little bit of green. Let me read the comments. Jeffrey, yeah, I'm trying water mixable oil paint. Okay. Okay, it looks like people prefer Cobra on instead of uh, Winton on this artisan. Yeah. I think this water mixable oil paint solve a lot of problems for people that can stand the smell of regular oil paint and the cleaning of the oil paints. Yeah. Now since, but let's say that one of the problems that people are afraid of regular oil paints is because of the pigments more than the solvents. You know, if for example any cadmium oil paint, you know, cadmium is if cadmium is used for batteries. If somebody got intoxicated with cadmium, okay, the body it takes like 5 times to get rid of the cadmium. But nobody got intoxicated to that point with oil paint. You know, I had a dog. He used to he ate my oil paints a couple of times, and nothing happened to him. I'm not saying that I mean, it's not something that could harm, uh, but you know, new materials. In this thing that the materials that they use, basically, there's you know, wind tone. They basically are used for oil when I paint, not my videos. It's not in the real pigment. You know, every time that you see in a tube that it says hue, like here, cerulean blue hue, I mean, it's like it's imitating the tone of the cerulean or ultramarine or any other pigment. It's not a real pigment, and maybe it's that, but nowadays it's kind of difficult, I think, to get intoxicated with oil paints. Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe that happened, but I haven't heard any story about that. And let's say that I mean, that's my opinion. I don't see a reason for me to kind of change for regular oil paints to water mixable oil paints, or vice versa. If I use water mixable oil paints, I get used to that. That'll be okay. I don't need to change to regular oil paints the same way that I wouldn't change for oil paints to water mixable. It's just a new material. It's just like using, for me, that's what I think. Now I'm trying this. It feels like just oil paints, regular oil paints. But I'm thinking that it's just a new, let's say a new material, like acrylic. Yeah. It's a little bit different, of course. A little bit. I mean, it's just almost nothing. It's not something that I can tell even that I'm feeling something that I don't like about this, or, or, or no, or maybe I need to use a special solvent to work with this. I think it's pretty good. But let's see, anyway. I think this is more to kind of wait and to see what happened after maybe a year, a couple of years. I haven't investigated too much about this water mixable oil paints. What if after 5 years all of this paint is just starting to crack more than the regular oil paints? Maybe that would be something that, you know, would make us think about this, about any new material. The problem with any new material is just that. Usually materials for to paint, the test, I mean, what we need to know about them is how they are going to last over time, and that's kind of pretty difficult to know. Yeah? How do you know that? I mean, you have to wait. Just wait years and years and to see what's really happening to the material. Yeah. No, even acrylics, you know, acrylics, they are been around like for how many years? 50, 60, 70 years? Yeah. it's a lot of time, yeah. I think there's enough time to say to tell that is their work really good or not. But when we speak about pigments, for example, we see the paintings that they've been painting 400 years ago, where they use this lapis lazuli pigment for the blues, you know, and those paintings looks like they've been painting like yesterday, and that's because of the pigment. Okay? If you take a rock, any color, and you just ground it to dust, and you add linseed oil, you have basically paint, oil paint. Okay, and that's because the rock, that's the permanency of this mineral, this rock, is gonna last for 1,000 years. I mean, we expect the same because we are basically painting with the same rock on our canvases. Nowadays, basically a lot of the paints are synthetic versions. You know, I don't know too much about this terminology in English, sorry, but they kind of use a catalyst. I'd say, I hope I'm saying that right, to accelerate the process, oxidation process of any mineral, to get a new color. Yeah? And let's imagine, okay, that we want to get any earth color. You can just use a catalyst, add on a metal, get the make the oxidation process faster, and you get a new pigment, which is going to be different if you just use the natural pigment, the natural rock. Okay, and obviously over time that's been happening all the time because, well, we're trying to replace some harmful pigments like cadmium, you know. I remember right now I have a friend that he started to buy uh, pigments to prepare himself his own materials, his own paints. You know, he bought pigment. You know that if you buy a pigment, let's say any pigment, if you add linseed oil, you have oil paint. If you add the pigment, Arabic gum, you have a watercolor. And if you use add just chalk and compress the pigment, you have this pastel. Okay, it's the same. If I ground this to the dust and add linseed oil, I have one of these colors, blue in this case. Yeah. And my friend, he was preparing his own paintings just without any mask, without anything. I remember it was, oh, you crazy? I mean, what if you breathe this? It's gonna get into your lungs. I mean, that's what we don't want, that, you know. Obviously, if you're planning to prepare your own pigments, it's gonna be a good idea. Use a mask, use gloves. Just take precautions. At the same time, I have some friends that they work for a church here in Lima, and they are working there for maybe the last 20 years, just in restoration department. You know, the church, they have a lot of paintings. And you know, church, they've been supporting art for years. I mean, not now, I think, you know. But anyway, and they work with pure pigments, and they use masks and gloves, all of those things. Let's see, I need to step back to check out the color. Okay, I like the color. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Okay, let's continue. I'm thinking about the nose, the length of the nose, the mouth. Okay, I have this blue here. I have this green here. Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna try to add, instead of just green and green here, I'm gonna add a little bit of blue. Okay, no, it's not gonna be a pure blue, but it's just gonna make a difference between this area and this area. Okay, or I can try the different, like making this green and this blue. It's too early, but anyway, I just want to keep the harmony between these colors. Let's say that this is green and this is a bluish greenish color, which is gonna be in the same harmony. Okay, I have here now you create harmony by, let's say, putting together complementary colors but in the right proportion, and you get harmony when you, let's say, in this case I have green. Okay? I can try this blue green for here. I can try this yellow green, and as soon as I keep these colors here, I'm gonna get harmony. And let's say I can add to this harmony what? The complementary color, red. But in the right proportion, if I put this 50% of this and 50% of this, they're gonna fight. Okay, there's not gonna be harmony there. There is harmony when there is a dominant color and the other color is just like in this proportion. And with that, of course, we will have to think how intense one color is gonna be. Okay, usually warmer colors or accents, they used to be in a small proportion because they are used as an accent. Like if I use a little bit of yellow here with white, for example, I'm gonna do this, and maybe I'm gonna clean out this layer, and I make the forehead yellow. Okay, I'm creating an accent here, and because I'm changing the temperature. The face, the skin color is a warmer color, but I can make it even warmer by adding yellow, and that's gonna change the harmony. As soon as I invite a new color in terms of temperature or intensity, you know, I have to invite another one, maybe in the less proportion, but here or here. In this way we keep the harmony. Okay, if I leave the yellow here alone and I play here with pink, okay, I'm not saying that that's not possible, but I'm just trying to explain what, you know, color theory rules, how color theory rules are applied in a painting. Okay, hello Joyce, how are you? Hello Soraya. Okay, let's continue painting. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to paint some details. Okay, wait, I'm stepping back. I need something more here to the hand. Okay, I'm thinking right now I have this red here. Definitely I'm gonna have some red here. Yeah, I'm gonna just add more red to the fingers. Okay. Now obviously I have to go here over here and just adjust this, maybe knocking down this red a little bit, or adding some just flat. It's flat now. I need shadow, I need light. Let's see, I have red. This I can add, for example, green light. Okay. Okay, let's continue. I need to draw a little bit to see the face, because I don't see the face, and I thinking like, you know, we always try to, when we paint a portrait, we always try to get the likeness. I mean, unless you're kind of making an interpretation, like you're using the face like the portrait like a excuse just to paint. Yeah? You know, otherwise we always want to. I mean, in my case, I always try to get a little bit of the likeness. Okay, let's see the eye, the other eye. Okay. Mm. Mm. Okay. Let's see. I have I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow, this yellowish color as a highlight on the nose. I'm gonna mix blue and white, and I put it next to the highlight. Okay, now let's mix a little bit of permanent alizarin crimson with cerulean blue. It's some kind of purple, light purple. Okay, I need to make it darker. Okay, what I'm thinking right now here is about adding some contrast between a warm and a cool color. Okay, a warm color is orange, red, and this purple obviously is a cool color. And at the same time, I'm planning to keep the blue here. Okay, now I'm pure ultramarine blue, but I mean, you know that I'm gonna adjust this. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna keep it that blue. Maybe, it depends. The only way to keep some intense blue if I just add the same blue here, here, like I said before, here, 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 and in this way, it's gonna create some harmony, and I'm gonna be able to keep intense blue on those areas. Okay, now I have this blue, I have a violet, a purple, sorry, I have some kind of orangey. I have a highlight that it has a warm and cool color together there, and the highlight. Okay, and let me adjust that. Let me show you. You cannot see this. Okay. Now I need to adjust this. I need to see if I knock down any color, if I just anything that I'm gonna be able to do it. Okay. It's just like throwing something on the table. I have to put some order. Okay. Okay, let's see. I need to step back. Okay, let's continue. I need more light in the lower eyelid. Okay, something about his brows, especially this one. Can you see this? How the angle goes like that? Okay. A little bit of cerulean blue. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Mary. Okay, just thinking and stepping back and thinking about the color harmony and how red this looks. Definitely have to adjust the red on the hand. Okay, and I wanted some red and it looks pink. Okay, but that's okay. You know, we're in the process to change it. Okay, I like this bluish color here. Okay, I like the green here. Yeah, definitely I don't like the yellow on the forehead. Yeah, you know what? First, it looks flat. Second, it's drawing my attention there too much. Okay, I'm gonna knock down that yellow there. There. Oh, what else? What else? Okay. Okay, yeah, just that. I'm gonna work on the hands a little bit. Now, what I'm doing on the hands, if I have red, I'm using the complementary color, but different value. If red is dark, what you use a light green, and you can use that light green for the lights. Okay. It's just a complementary color. So it's gonna work, but look at the value difference. I mean, it's not like you paint a hand red and pick up a dark red, a dark green, and you expect it to work for the light. It's not like that. It's about the value, it's about the contrast. Value, contrast, temperature, contrast. Everything is about contrast. We see things because of contrast. We see light because of shadow. We see shadow because there is light. Now, this thing about and saying about this green on top of the red, it could be pretty subtle, okay? And even if you don't want to do it, yeah, you can just go for the option or just use a lighter color. Let's say that you're painting something red, you mix, you add white, you have pink, and that's gonna be your light, the light for the object that you're painting. That's okay. Everything works. This thing about adding the complementary color for the light is just when you want to add more contrast. It's not gonna be the same always. Okay, sometimes you just go and work a face like just with one color. That's okay. Okay. Let's continue working on the eyes. I need to get the expression. Okay, right now I'm not thinking anymore about if I'm working with regular oil paints or water mixable oil paints. And that's a good thing, you know, it's just like I don't feel the difference right now. I felt a little bit of a difference at the beginning, okay? Right now it's pretty good. Just at the beginning it felt sticky. It felt like I needed some water. But right now it feels really smooth, really nice. I'm gonna light up this cerulean blue a little bit. Yeah, what about expression? Getting close and getting close. Mm, Something's not okay with these eyes. It looks like maybe I should move this eye a little bit to the right. Maybe. Let me read. Uh, okay. I need to step back. Mm, what about values? I think values are okay. And every time that you paint a face, remember a face is like a sphere, okay? You have the light. When the light is frontal like this, you have light in the middle, and you need to darken up to the contour of the face. Sometimes we make the mistake, we apply a color and we go with the same value and color to the edge of the face. Okay, that's gonna make the face flat. Think about in terms of values. Now painting from a black and white image is pretty good for that as a practice. No, it's pretty good to practice because for color it's really amazing because that means that you need to look for those colors in your own knowledge, okay? Or if you don't, if you're a beginner, just try. I mean, what's gonna happen? The only thing that's gonna happen that maybe you're not gonna get the color right, and what's the big deal about that? But that's pretty amazing for me. You know that if you're a beginner and you're trying to paint from a black and white image, I'm pretty sure your brain is gonna look for all the possible information for to try to get the skin color. You're gonna start to remember all the people that you have seen, the color, the values, how reddish, how orangey is a skin color. Now, an advice that I always say, keep it simple. You know, a skin color, you can get to a skin color pretty fast just mixing an orange and knocking down that orange with blue or gray. Okay? And for the shadow, if you pick up a little bit of any color photograph, you pick up a color from the shadow, you're gonna realize that it's just brown. Now, obviously, it's not just that color. We need to add a little bit of gray down that color a little bit, add a little bit of orange. But always try to simplify as much as possible. Painting a portrait is already difficult for, you know, structure, likeness, and all of those things. And if you try to complicate yourself just trying to look for more colors or trying to, you believe that there is more colors on the face, you know, I mean, you're gonna be overwhelmed. But consider always practice from time to time from a black and white image. You know, it's just like testing your knowledge about, even your observation, even if without having any knowledge about mixing colors, your observation. You're gonna lay down a color and you don't have anything to compare with. The only way to judge your painting, that's gonna be just comparing with all the faces that you have seen over the years, all the skin colors that you have seen over the years, and you say, okay, the painting I'm doing looks too orangey. Yeah. Now, when that happens, then you need a little bit of knowledge to mix colors, because you know if something is too orangey, what you need to do? Okay, if you have a color wheel, something is orange, like this, you add the opposite color to the mixture and you're gonna knock down orange. And if you want to make this even simpler, you just buy a tube of gray paint. There is no other thing than just black and white, and gray paint is gonna work to knock down any color. Okay. Nose is too reddish. A bit of light. Okay. I'm mixing again blue, ultramarine blue and cerulean blue. think he has thicker fingers. Eh? Oh, his finger is too long. Okay. Okay. Where's my, okay, here's my brush with blue. Some yellow and cerulean blue. A little bit of pink. Okay, I need some light green. I have green here. I have green here. Okay. Let's use this. This is phthalo green. Okay. Oops. Okay, let's put it here. Okay, I like it. Let's see. Yeah, I like it. Okay, just a little bit, like just like adding highlights with this color. Okay. Okay. That's the back. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking about knocking down the forehead. Okay. Let's see. Because I'm thinking that it was just too yellowish here. Okay. Let me see. squinting down my eyes, checking out. Yeah. Okay. I'm using a little bit of water. Just want to knock down the screen a little bit. Okay, it's too dark. Yeah. Okay. A little bit of alizarin crimson. I have some blue here, adding alizarin crimson. Okay. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of color to the background. Let's see. Feels really good adding water and adding like this. Yeah. Feels like acrylics. Okay, I can see a little bit of the neck here and a little bit of the neck around here. Okay, yeah. A little bit of black, alizarin crimson. Okay, I think I'm doing okay here, and I still need to fix, look at those red fingers. I wanted that, but we need to adjust little by little. Okay. What I'm missing is an intense blue, another blue, just to add like an accent, because this a dark intense blue, because this circular blue here it doesn't work, and when I add the ultramarine blue it just I don't see it like blue, it works more like a dark color, and something in the middle, because I want to see the blue. Yeah. Okay, I think that's better. Yeah. I want to see the blue there. Well, speaking about trying out the mixable oil paints, I mean, if you looking for an option, a different option than the regular oil paints, I would tell you, go ahead, yeah, try out this. But remember that I said that we don't know, one thing we don't know for sure is how long this painting paintings are gonna last uh, maybe more than 500 years. Who knows? You know, maybe less. Maybe less. Who knows? So let's try it. Just try it. The amazing thing is that obviously we don't need any medium. Just water. It feels like oil paint, just exactly the same. Okay. Just like remember that I said at the beginning, at the very beginning, I felt it like a little bit sticky, but it's not to make it's not enough to make to say that there's a difference there. It's just I gotta say that if I try Rembrandt regular oil paints, I'm gonna feel the same because Rembrandt is thicker than the normal. I mean, the Winton that I usually use Winton, and Winton is kind of just thin, and that's it's more than is the comparison between a regular oil paint or what a mixable oil paint. It's about the consistency, and I think I've been painting a lot with this Winton, and they are kind of smooth and not too thick. You know, it's been so many times painting and painting with those oil paints so many times that definitely that's the first thing that I can tell that there's a difference. Okay. Let's see. I need more red. And just darken up all this area because I think it's just too light. Okay, a little bit of blue, green, and let's add some color here. Okay. Okay, speaking about the portrait like likeness, I think getting close, not that much, but still have time to work on this. You know, what came to my mind when I was thinking about, I was speaking about pigments and all of that, and I always, I mean, remember one friend. I used to work for a guy. He works in restoration. He had, maybe he has until today. I don't know, it's been like almost 10 years since I have seen him. And I remember for him, like everything was kind of for example, I remember one simple conversation like about camion, that we're speaking about camions, yeah? And the camion pigment is pretty strong, yeah. And he was like, for him there is no way, he used to say, that there is cadmium in any oil paint on the market. That usually pigments are pretty expensive, and I doubt that any oil paint on the market has for real any pigment. Even the ones that says that they have the real pigment, you know. And they used to buy these little tubes of, for restoration, little tubes like this size. Look at my hand, smaller one. The brand was Mimiri, I think. I don't remember exactly the brand, but each tube like this, it was from $100 to $200 each tube. Okay, and that was for restoration purposes. You know, maybe you can find the brand for different purposes, but that was for restoration. And he always say that, yeah, that's for real, it has a real pigment, because that's the price that you gotta pay to get a real pigment. The rest is just, it's nothing. Who knows, you know? And at the same time, here in Peru, I remember I went to the Sierra, and I found a painter that he used to prepare his own oil paints. And I don't know where those pigments came from, but he used to kind of buy some pigments, pretty cheap pigments, from, I don't know, I don't exactly. I was amazed that because his paintings, they were so colorful, and you can tell when you see his oil paints that, wow, those colors are those. I mean, the orange, it was like pretty vivid. You say, wow, well, what's happening here? I mean, eh? It's kind of this pigment. It could be like for real, some kind of, you know, expensive one here. And because he used to go to look for those pigments on the mountains, you know, look for rocks, ground the rocks, and use them, mix them with linseed oil. That's it. I never knew, because you know, I met that guy just once, and obviously I could tell that he wasn't willing to share with me that, I mean, where those pigments were coming from. And I didn't want to be there asking, like, you know, so many times for that information. But at the same time, who knows, maybe if I see his paintings after now, after like 5 years, I can tell that some colors maybe are what we call fugitive colors. Yeah. Mm. Okay. Hello, Gilbert. How does this paint wash off the brushes? Do you use soap? You know what? That's the first time I'm using this water mixable oil paint, and I gotta say that, for example, this brush, I have a little bit of water here. Can you hear the sound? It's clean. Just with water. Okay, I'll try another one. This one, it has more paint. I'm just going to clean like this first. Okay, look at that. It's just a glass with water here. Look at that. It's clean. Oh my god, let's use everybody this this water mixable. You know, because we all hate clean the brushes. Let's use it. You know that, I mean, right now we have a lot of materials, but to to create black, there are so many blacks, you know, but to create black, was a black, one of the blacks, I don't know, I think it was ivory black. It was made by burning bones, you know. And some yellow ochre, it was made with the dust from mummies from Egypt. It's amazing, eh? Maybe it wasn't true, who knows, but it's just amazing. The only color that I would love to one day to try to with the real pigment is ultramarine blue. You know, because of I have seen here, I don't remember where, but exactly. But I'm gonna be able to find it. That they a store that they sell gold, silver, and I found some little sculptures. You know, made on this semi-precious lapis lazuli rock. The blue is amazing. You know, that's the same rocks they were used to create ultramarine blue a long time ago. Long time ago, and that was pretty expensive. Okay, those little sculptures. It's just that it's too much work. But maybe someday I will try to use that, to buy some of those rocks and spend a lot of time just making grounding the rocks. Wow, that would be too much work. It would be amazing just to experiment with that. And I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna feel the same that all painters, all masters felt about using those kind of paint. You know, they used to use pure ultramarine blue because you kill down the blue. They used to use it pure, and first they used to paint with another color, and then add glazes of blue, because it was so expensive. Nobody wants to spend all the blue. It's like, imagine I have here that ultramarine blue that I made myself with this semi-precious rock, and then I use it to mix with orange or with yellow to create some green. That would be a waste. You know, I would like to use it just pure, to feel the power of this ultramarine blue. Oh, Mary. Yeah, Mary. I'm using. Oh, here's Mary. You see in the comments box. Mary's Chester. She's the one that she sent me. This. That's the one you sent me, Mary. For a mixable. Okay, let's continue working. I think I'm getting the likeness. Yeah, I'm getting close. I'm going really slowly because I just want to, you know, like resting to find some mistakes. sometimes I just kind of slow down, and with time, just by observation, by comparison, some mistakes start to pop up. Okay. I'm mixing orange. Just want to touch there. I just want the nose to pop forward a little bit. Okay. And I'm using color to do that. I mean, I have blue, I have violet. In that small area, I have orange, and a touch of orange obviously is gonna create contrast in that area. That's the intention. Okay. Okay, let's continue. I remember when I used to work with this friend, he works on restoration. I used to retouch some paintings. It was pretty nice because after we work like from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and every day like at 5 p.m. it was like yeah, we finish up, and he used to buy some beers and we drink some beers, like it was like daily. I was in Puerto Rico, and the weather is pretty hot. I mean, pretty hot. After working, a couple of beers. And when I was doing the retouching, I used a brush number 0. I was just retouching little lines. And he used to say, okay, let's check out your work. And he get inside a dark room, and he turned on some red light. Sorry, I don't know how to say that in English, that light. That was, sorry, I don't know. But in that light, all the retouches just glow. Everything was dark when he put the light on over the painting. It's just like when you see in a movie that the police is investigating a crime, and they turn on a light and they find the blood, that was cleaned, but it's there. You see the glow, where it was glow, just glowing there. It's the same. And he was like, okay. That's the idea about the retouching, just going over just little tiny areas, not paint over everything again. Just a slight, tiny. I used to spend sometimes one whole day, like let's say, working just on a nose, retouching, because the painting was cracked, and I was retouching the nose, painting those little little areas. Just 6 hours there. I remember when I began to work with him, I felt kind of guilty at the first time because I said, "Hey man, you know what? I mean, the nose. It wasn't the nose, I'm making an example for you all to realize. I mean, the small space that I was working on, and he was, yeah, that's perfect. I mean, that space that for 6 hours is perfect. And how long is it gonna take, to finish to retouch the whole painting? Usually a couple of months. That's why they charge a lot. They charge a lot for one painting, retouching one painting, just one painting, like what, like 20 by 20 inches. It was like $20,000. So I said, whoa, that's restoration. Let's read the comments. Scrolling up. Hello, Michael. Hello, horror fan. Hello, GM. Hello, Elizabeth of Vanderberg. Oh, that's a nice name. Yeah, ultraviolet light. Yeah, that's the light. Hello, daughter of the king. Okay. Okay, let's continue working. Using pure blue. Okay, I need cerulean blue. But you know what? I thought I remember at that time that I was working on restoration to kind of say, okay, this is what I mean. It's good money. Kind of good on this. Maybe I should start thinking about getting more involved on this. But it was, it was just too much work. You stay there too close to a painting, using this big. I used to use kind of a helmet with some glasses to see the details all day long. And another thing it was about those my mirror pigments. They used to dry really fast. They look like it was like working with egg tempera. They dried really fast. I mean, I put up a little bit of oil paint like this, and after like I was working here like this, retouching. I went back. It was hard. I was like, what happened? And then we used to use a solvent, a pretty strong solvent. I remember the name, Silent, with X, Silent. I don't know if I'm pronouncing is that right. but it was the smell. It was so strong. I mean, I have to use a mask. Imagine I was working with a mask, like 8 hours. Every time that I was retouching. Sometimes it was about just changing a canvas, doing different things. But when I was about retouching, I had to work with a mask. You know, the smell was so strong that for sure, if you don't use a mask, something bad could happen to you. I mean, and that solvent was just like water. It looks like water, and as soon as it touch the paint, it make it thin, make it really smooth, and then you can mix it and paint. And after kind of a few seconds, it start pretty hard again. And I remember asking him, well, what's this? I mean, that's the way to work. You know, these pigments, they don't change the color. You know, if you want to retouch your own painting with oil paints, what's gonna happen that you're gonna see that, for example, let's say this painting is dry. I try to match this color. I paint on top of this. After a week, that area that I have painted is gonna be a little bit darker. A little bit darker, okay? And that's okay, we don't even notice, like, yeah, who cares, a little bit darker. But in restoration, that's pretty important, you know. People used to check out the painting pretty close. I mean, the owner, a museum, they used to go there to this studio and they check out the painting pretty close, the restoration. They paying good money and they don't, you know. That's why they use those kind of materials. First, all of those materials were pretty expensive, and that's, you know, special for restoration. And you know, so many solvents, so many things that could be really, really bad for anyone. Okay, step back, just read some comments. Okay, thank you, horror fan. Thank you, Mary. Hello, Eric. W. Okay, Mary saying that she wants to buy this painting, so do a good job. Okay. Horror fan is telling me to use the special mixable linseed oil. Yeah. Okay. I was planning not to use anything, not even water. But at the very beginning, I felt the painting kind of sticky, and I had to use a little bit of water. Yeah, but now I'm not using the water. Maybe the last hour that I'm painting, I'm not using anything. Just I prefer this, not use anything. You know, because I want to build up some thickness on the painting, since I don't add too much paint, like really thick paint. If I use water, definitely the painting that would be too thin. Okay, and that's why I don't, even when regular oil paints, sometimes I use linseed oil. Now you see me someday using a lot of linseed oil, Uh, that's usually, I do that usually when the canvas is just fighting me. When the canvas is just, I'm having an issue with the canvas, like it's just sucking the linseed oil, and I have to add more and more and more because I feel some resistance adding the paint on the canvas. But usually I don't use anything, just the paint directly from the tube, like yes, like I'm doing right now. Yeah, this one from these colors, the one that is kind of sticky or thick is the yellow. But anyway, I prefer not to use anything. I mean, but it's up to everyone, you know. It depends. Sometimes some painters use medium, any medium all the time during the whole process. And some painters they don't use anything. Okay. Now for me, it's no. It's just sometimes I use medium, sometimes I don't. And if let's say what I would choose to do, I would choose not to use any medium. Okay, just the paint directly. But let's see. I'm gonna try to paint. We're gonna try in the paint along lessons that I have in Patreon. This Sunday we're gonna try with this water mixable oil paints, and if I feel the same resistance at the beginning, okay, that means that it's just the material, you know, it's just the first layer that kind of, because right now it feels really smooth, really nice, you know. I pick up this, I lay down the paint, yeah, just it feels normal. Okay, I need to use more green. This one I think is gonna work really good. Okay. Okay, green, now red. Okay. Clean the brush. Yeah, one really nice thing about this, I gotta say that I usually don't clean my brushes. I work with a lot of brushes. I end up working with 10, 12 brushes. I used to pick up one brush for another color, for another color, for another color. But with this water mixable oil paints, I think it's gonna be easy to clean the brush. And I think I'm gonna use less brushes. Let's see. You know what? Another reason that why I use so many brushes is just I love to keep the colors. Let's say that after painting for an hour, I don't have the first color that I used. I don't have it because it's already mixed here. And maybe I want to retouch some area with that color. Then I'm gonna use the brush that I had there from the very beginning with paint. Okay, That's another reason. That's why I love to use so many brushes. It's just like having colored pencils and be able to use them anytime to retouch any portion of the painting. Okay, Elizabeth is asking me, do you ever block in acrylics before the portraits? Oh, yeah, I have done that sometimes. Yeah. I mean, not in YouTube. Not. I mean, I have done that sometimes when I paint a commission or something that I want to paint a little bit faster. I have started the painting with acrylics, and then I let it dry like for at least for an hour, because you know the canvas is wet. Even when the acrylic is dry, the canvas is wet. Let it dry for an hour, and then I paint with oil paint on top of that. Yeah. Sometimes I do that. I haven't done that in a while, but definitely if I have to paint something bigger and I have to paint that faster, I will do that. I will block in with acrylics, and not just block in, even sometimes I paint a lot and then I paint with oils. Okay. As far as I know, nothing had happened with uh, the painting that some of those paintings that I have painted doing that. Obviously, if I'm planning to use a oil prime uh, canvas, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Okay, you know, you cannot put acrylic on top of oil paint. It's not gonna stick. Maybe nothing is gonna happen at the moment. It's not like it's not a stick at the moment. Yes, if let's say that I put acrylic right now on top of this, it's gonna stick. It's gonna stay there. But definitely, maybe after, who knows, a month, a year, it's gonna come out from, you know. It's just that the oil paint is just. Oh, now that I'm speaking about this, now that I'm using this water mixable oil, maybe it's gonna stick. You know, since this is with water, it's soluble with water. Yeah, but I wouldn't try that. I mean, there's no reason to try that. Yeah, because when the painting starts to come out, like, you know, from the canvas, there is not coming back from there. There's nothing to do. I have seen that when I used to work in this restoration studio. And the only solution they had, it was adding varnish, just to kind of prevent from the painting to continue peeling off from the canvas. There wasn't another thing to do. The painting was ruined. And remember that happens, it's not just for the canvas, it's not just for the oil paint or acrylic or whatever it is, okay? Remember that the canvas, can you see the canvas? It moved. is something that's flexible. You know, oil paint, it dries hard rock, okay, and that's because the linseed oil dries hard rock. The pigment, you know, the pigment is trapped inside the linseed oil. And then what happens? The canvas is flexible. If you're in winter, maybe the canvas is gonna be tense, and in summer it's gonna be loose. Eh, can you imagine that? You know, there's some movement there, and that's what's causing the oil paint to crack. And it's not just that, okay? It's not just that reason. Okay, another reason is when one layer dries faster than the previous layer. That's why we try to avoid that drying, and to do that, we always pay attention. And you're gonna, maybe a lot of you have listened. What's the name? Lean over fat, something like that. You know, following that, the layer that you apply on top of a previous layer is gonna dry slower, not faster. Let's say that I let the painting dry, and tomorrow I continue painting on top of this, but tomorrow I use any time of medium that is gonna just speed up the dry time. Okay, that means that the layer that I'm gonna apply tomorrow is gonna dry faster than this layer, and it's gonna cause some cracking. Okay, let me step back. Let me see. I think I have to. I gotta do something here. It's not okay, and I gotta do something here too. I need a shadow here.
Amor, la hicimos linda. El lote que compramos ahora vale casi el doble.
Okay. Stepping back. Okay, thinking. Yeah, this shadow is okay. Shadow here. Okay, what else? The eyes. I think the eyes are okay. What else? Blue. Yeah, I need more blue. I need more blue here. Blue. Yeah, okay, a little bit. Blue. Okay. Do you have any question? Let me know, please. You know, I don't have anything more to say. I would like to say more. Okay, or else, some pure red, a touch, just a touch, okay. Okay. Yep. Highlight, highlight. Okay, step it back. Okay. Okay, I'm squinting down my eyes. Let's see. Something's not clear about the eyes. Yeah, let's work on the eyes. What's the color of his eyes? Blue eyes, maybe? A lot of actors has blue eyes. Okay, I need to make this rounded. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see. Okay. I need to step back a little bit. Yeah, I think it's okay. This already saying I have changed from acrylics to oils. But oh boy, it's difficult to get the color match. Yeah, I mean that transition is pretty difficult. When you get used to acrylics, to change to oils, yeah. I think it's easier to change from oils to acrylics, or from. Okay, it's gonna take a little bit, but eventually you're gonna get used to that. Hello, Monique. How are you? Monique is asking me, do you like the water soluble? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like it. You know what I like the most is the cleaning part. I can clean the brush pretty easily. The rest is just the same. I mean, even you know when I'm so concentrated working on the features, on details, I forget that I'm working with a different, and it's not like a different material, but with this water mixable oil paints. I felt a little bit of a difference at the beginning. I had to add water at the pretty beginning. Just that. And I wasn't planning to do that. I was planning just to work without any solvent. But it's pretty good. Oh, by the way, if you're planning to use this, there's a link on the description of the video to Amazon. That means if you buy from the link, I'm gonna get some money from there. You know, I love money. Okay, let's see. Then a little bit of light. Okay, let me see. Okay. I see something that I have to fix. I think it's here. Okay. A little bit of blue. I think I'm painting a younger Damon. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, Elizabeth is saying I have used Amsterdam in acrylic and now I use Montmartre in oil. Okay, yeah. So there's going to be a difference maybe. I mean, obviously the difference from moving from acrylic to oil paint, that's going to be when you lay down the paint on the canvas. You know that when we get used to work with acrylics, we lay down the paint and we expect this to dry and we lay down more paint and that layer is going to cover the previous one. But with oil paint, you put that and it's going to get mixed. And when somebody's used to acrylics, they don't expect that. And that's when you start to feeling that, oh, what's happening here? I'm not getting the color I want, because with acrylics it's like you have this color, you add it here, and you have the same color here. But with oil paints, it could be a little bit different. Okay, I mean, it's not the same case always. Obviously, if you lay down a brush stroke and don't move the brush stroke, it's gonna stay, you know, as it is without mixing. But definitely in oil paint we add a lot of layers, and it's gonna get mixed. Eventually everything is gonna get mixed. That's why some people say what's happening. A beginner is gonna sometimes ask me, how do you keep the painting without making all the colors muddy? Because for me it's like all the colors get mixed there, and usually that happens because, I mean, I have heard that sometimes that some people, they want to, let's say, start to paint, and they say, okay, I'm gonna paint, and they got an advice, okay, you wanna get into painting, okay, start with acrylics, and then when you gain some experience, they move to oil paint, and that's not a good advice, okay? If you wanna paint with oils, start with oil paints. You wanna paint with acrylics, start with acrylics. I have heard that a few times, and I say, no, 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 don't do that. No. Okay, let me add some. I wanna add some color, okay, but just some tiny touches. Okay. Or else I need to step back. Okay. Now you see, if you see the video at the beginning, the hand, it was so green. Now it's not that green. Even I have some blue on the hand. I'm not saying that's better now. I'm just pointing out what's the difference from the beginning at this stage, how everything changed. Okay, at the very beginning, I kind of laid down the colors that I'm gonna use on the painting. Not just about mixing on the palette, on the painting. You know, that green on the hand, the red on the hand. You see, and the same green on the face, or a little bit of blue. Okay. Just a little bit. I need to I need to do something here. Okay, I had a mistake here. Maybe the hand is too big. I think it's okay. Making this greenish in purpose, I think this color is going to be really good to make this area to raise it. And if I have skin color here, I think that's just going to add more work to me in trying to get this the right skin color in shadow. Prefer to have this green. That works okay. flat brush is really useful when you want to make thin lines. Sometimes you can use it like this. It means it works like a liner brush. Okay, a little bit of blue. A little bit of cerulean blue. Okay, I don't want like let's say a straight shadow. I wanna add some color here on this shadow. That's why I added red, ultramarine blue, cerulean blue. Okay. Now I think I have enough color here. I have a problem with the mouth. It looks kind of, it doesn't look natural. Yeah. Okay, now I don't have color here in this area. I need to maybe a little bit of blue. Okay, that's too light. I'm gonna make it darker. Well, I picked up a little bit on the corner of the brush. Blue there, more a little bit of green. Let's put some green here. Okay, let's put some red. Oh, that was too intense. Okay. One thing that I used to do all the time, if I add a color, an intense color, I was trying to be sure that to repeat the color here and there, not to leave it alone in just one side. Okay. Let's say if I decide to add some purple here, for example, okay, I could add the purple maybe here, and some place. Okay, let me see. I have some water mixable cover, but not understand. Not good to know. Okay. Okay, Elizabeth. Okay, scrolling up. Oh, okay. Oh, Miri is telling me check out the drying time of this painting. Okay. Okay, I wanna check out. Okay. It's drying quicker in Peru, I think, more sunlight. Okay, yeah, did I say that? Yeah, I mean, here we're getting into summer. We're, yeah, so maybe gonna dry faster. You know, if you have worked with, obviously with regular oil paintings, I'm pretty sure a lot of you, if you have worked more than maybe 6 hours with oil paints, you start to feel after kind of 6 hours, 7 hours. I mean, I used to paint like 10 hours to up to 14 hours sometimes. I mean, no one day like my record is paint for 14 hours for a couple of months, like from Monday to Tuesday. You're gonna start feeling that regular oil paint start to get sticky after like 6 hours, 7 hours, a little bit sticky. Okay, a little bit. It's not that much. You know, and after obviously But the problem to realize about that is we keep adding more and more paint. We don't realize on the palette because we continue mixing here. It's on the canvas. And when we blend, usually if you don't blend, maybe you haven't noticed that. In my case, I loved sometimes to blend out a lot, and I have started to feel at once, like a couple of times, that after 6-7 hours I started to feel some kind of a stickiness on the painting. Like it's an indication that the painting is drying. Okay. But like everybody, it depends on the weather, okay? It always depends on the weather. If you live in a humid place, it's gonna okay, it's gonna dry normally, but you live in a dry city, it's pretty like high, and let's say in the mountains, where it's not too much oxygen for saying, and then the painting maybe is it's not gonna dry faster. Okay, if you go here to Peru, to the mountains, I know your paint is gonna dry maybe in 5 days, and maybe in 3 days you touch it and it's just like you have painted an hour ago, and you say, what's happening? It's just because oil paints dry by up because of oxidation. I don't know if you're saying oxidation, that's right, but I'm saying it's because of oxygen. You need oxygen to dry. If there is no oxygen, it doesn't dry faster. Just that. A little bit of light. Something is not okay in this finger. Yeah. Okay. Gilbert is saying if you put your painting upside here, it will turn around into a block of ice. Wow. Leslie Carter is saying he did one of Leonardo. Oh yeah, I painted Leonardo once. Yeah. Here in Lima, oil paint it dries like a couple of days usually. In Lima. You go to the Sierra, to the mountains, it dries in 5 to 6 days. Yeah. But I don't know, in the jungle. In Peru we have coast, and we have Sierra, and we have jungle. Okay. Michael is asking me, have you ever been to any European countries? No, not yet. I haven't. I hope someday I will. Yeah. Some of my the people that paint with me, they used to tell me, if you come here someday, you're welcome at my house. One day I'm gonna surprise. I'm gonna knock on your door. Say I'm here. Maybe nobody's gonna recognize me. I'm gonna knock on your door. I'm gonna put my hand with my brush. Say, oh Renzo, that's you. I'm working right now on values. Okay, check out everything, looking where I have to add a little bit of light, a little bit of shadow. Where to darken up something or light up. For example, here between the brows, I think I need to darken up this a little bit. Yeah. And here too. Okay, let me see. Let me think here. Yep. Okay, stepping back, I need to darken up here. Let me think about the width of the face. Yep. A little bit darker here. You know what is the thing that more where you put more on the painting is on the likeness. You know, these little things that I'm doing here, darken up this, I consider this pretty important for the likeness. Okay, a shadow here, a little bit of some wrinkles here. Okay. Dark here. Okay. And squinting and comparing a lot, I have to get these little subtleties here and there. Gilbert Lesar is asking me, are you represented by an art gallery? Are you, okay, I am, and here they take 50-60%. How is there? Okay, no, I'm not working with any gallery. Basically, I just make my living by painting portraits, selling my, let's say, personal work from time to time, not so often, and yeah, making videos here for YouTube. I got some money from doing this, and obviously teaching. Okay, and just that. I used to work with a gallery a long time ago, more than one gallery, with like it's something like you work in a gallery and then you work with another gallery, and it's, you know, used to work with a gallery for a few some years, like 5-6 years, and then I started working with another one for a couple of years. But they take here like 50%. Some of them take like 40%, but that's kind of usual for a gallery to take 50%. I mean, long time ago, maybe 20 years ago, they used to take just 30%. Now all of them take 50-60%, and I think, you know, as a painter, we used to say, wow, that's not fair. I mean, I want more. But for real, it's like we create the product, yeah. But we don't do sometimes we don't do too much for selling the product. And the art gallery, they have the clients, and they could sell a painting so fast. In my experience, for example, I've been painting my whole life, and I remember before working with another gallery, I just to accumulate, let's say, my paintings, just one after another, because it wasn't stopping. It was just for me painting and painting and painting, and from time to time, trying to sell up one painting, kind of asking here and there a friend if knew somebody just can buy a painting or an exhibition. With my friends, used to participate in an exhibition. Somebody there, it was like, oh my god, I love this painting. How much is that? This, And then I say, okay, I'll take it. And when I started to work with an art gallery, it was like I remember the first week he sold a painting. It was like, oh my God, next week another painting, next week another painting, and then it stopped. It's just like that. Sometimes it's kind of, you feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna sell everything, and then it stopped, and then again you sell more paintings, and then I think it's just like any regular business. That it has ups and downs. Hmm. But I remember so clear one thing about the art galleries. The thing about the commissions, when you're when I was young, uh, I always thought, no, I mean, I'm making the product. I want more money. I don't want 50%. I want more. I want 60, 70 for me. And we, after and when you're alone, you realize how difficult it is to sell a painting. You know, it's not like anybody is just coming out to your studio and buy one of your paintings. The art galleries, they do a lot to sell the paintings. They build up you know customers, and as a painter, we're not able to do that. It's pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult. And for example, YouTube now is amazing. You know, through YouTube, we are able, as a creators, painters, artists, to sell our work. It's an amazing thing. But without YouTube 10 years ago, it was kind of impossible to find out where it was somebody who wants to buy a painting. The galleries, they were the only option. Mhm. And nowadays, if some gallery approach to me and says, okay, I'm gonna pay you 50%, or maybe it's just 40% for your paintings, I would say, yeah, okay, let's do it. Now I know that it's difficult to sell a painting. I know that I need them in order just to paint. And the other thing is, you cannot kind of try to be a businessman and at the same time paint. You need time for painting. That's the problem. You need time for painting. Maybe sometimes we spend a lot of time just with one painting, retouching and retouching. Uh, if we go faster with a painting, maybe it's not gonna be good. And it's not good. It's just like a product that is not working okay, and maybe people is not gonna buy it. But everything depends. Art is just so amazing, so amazing that even we can see how so many pieces of art that doesn't look like art at all has been sold for millions. Yeah. Who knows? Nowadays, there's too much about anything. Anything is it's just what people love, and at the same time, it's just business. And there's so many stories around art. So you're gonna hear that somebody gonna say that obviously with art is one way to move a lot of money under the table. Yeah, and when you think about that, you say, yeah, that's right. I mean, it's just, and It's not for everything, of course. Yeah? It's not for everything. And it's an amazing and beautiful and creative art everywhere. But it's just that. I mean, it has to do. It has to be a business in order to, for us to see it. And in history, there are so many. For example, women in history, they kind of disappear, you know. But there is so many painters. There is a painter. Oh my God, I'm so bad with name. Agostina. I don't remember the name, but she lived in the same period Leonardo lived. Leonardo da Vinci, and she was so good, but she disappeared from history. It's been just, I think, in these years that we know about her. And it's the same for so many women painters. And when you see something like that, you say, well, what's happening here? I mean, is enough to be good in doing something, or it's just like somebody else is moving like the strings and we are just puppets? I mean, what's happening? Let me look for the name of this painter, because I don't remember the name of Agostino. Oh, okay, here it is. Sofonisba Angisola. Sorry, I'm saying the name maybe wrong, but and you know, she disappeared from history for so many years, and she was, for some people that study history, she was as good as Leonardo da Vinci. That's fair? Is that fair? Yeah. After you know that, you say, okay, who's these people that saying that this is good and this is bad, and that has to be in history, and this it shouldn't be history. It's the same nowadays. One of the work of arts that just made me laugh. It was just like I don't know if you all remember this. There was a banana stick to a wall with just that. Yeah. Maybe you can find some meaning to that kind of work of art. Yeah, pretty sure so many people are gonna find some meaning, some deep meaning. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I expect something more. I mean, and uh, this art is visual. You know, you cannot expect that I'm going to appreciate a piece of art just because you explain that to me and you fulfill everything with words. I mean, mm, you know, and yeah. In other words, there is no guarantee for anyone in art to be good enough. It's just the ones that managed that world of art, the ones who decide he's gonna be up or down. And there's so many things, about Miro. I don't know if I'm saying the name right. Yeah, is that he was a friend of somebody that he wasn't the top of the world of art. So many things like that. I mean, so many stories. There are so many stories about so many painters that after you hearing those, listen those stories, you say, okay, looks like this guy shouldn't be there in that position. Looks like he's here because he had the right friends on the right time. Powerful friends. Yep. Who knows? You know, I know. And like this painter that I'm speaking about, this woman, there is more. There are more. And pretty sure there are even more that we don't know and we won't ever know about them. Okay, what do you think, Mary? You still wanna buy it? I'm working really hard here. Okay. I have some problems here, I mean, with the mouth. I think it's too red. I'm gonna knock down the mouth. Let's see what happened, and maybe if I think it's okay, I'm gonna put it back. Okay, I think it's better if I knock down the mouth, and I need to soften this a little bit. You know, I have to go and study again a little bit of history to speak a little bit more about this thing about, you know, some painters that we don't know that. I mean, I love those stories. It's just like in order to be able to speak about history, it's not just about to reading something once and that's it. We have to go over that information again and again and again in order to have all the information fresh on our memory. Okay. What else? What else? That's not the name of the painter. The name of the painter is this. Speaking about, this is the name. I'm gonna put it on the comment box. Okay, Dita, thank you. Yeah. That's the name of the painter. So for Nisba Angisola. And yeah. Okay. Okay, Mary. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, Damon here. Yeah, I mean, so many names. Jeff Koons. Yeah. Yeah. Mary saying Renzo go to the University of YouTube. Yeah, we YouTube is amazing. We have so many things here, but it's like yeah we can, you know, it's just like I wish I have like the day has like 48 hours and to have a lot of time just to spend, you know, more time. And nowadays that is it looks like it's easier to watch a video than reading, eh? Anyway, I mean, personally, I would love to go back to work with an art gallery, and you know, it's just like having a product, and you know that they sell those products. You're gonna get there. Okay, something's not okay with the eye. Okay, oh my God, I have seen a mistake here. Yep. This area here. There's a little bit of light. Okay, let me see the photograph again. Yep. To make that darker. Yeah, that's okay. To make this darker. Okay. Okay, I need to grow this eye. Yeah, the iris. Wow. I think, let me see. I need to make it grow here. A little bit. Sometimes I correct some mistakes and I say, okay. I said to myself, oh, I didn't correct anything. It was like nothing. I said, no, it's okay. That 1 millimeter is what I needed. And I said to myself, are you sure? That's nothing. So I say, okay, maybe. Maybe it's nothing. Anyway, I mean, you know. Who cares? Okay, I need to soften this edge. Okay, what else? Okay, maybe I added too much light here. Yeah, that's okay, I think. Okay. Anyway, we have amazing work of art on every museum around the world. And that's amazing. Okay, let's see. Okay, maybe the nose. His nose is wider, I think, in the middle. Yeah, I need to make it wider here. I'm pushing the light a little bit, kind of pushing the shadow to the right. Yeah, I think, and kind of put these two brows a little bit closer. Yep. Mm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm getting to the end, I think. Yeah, because could spend here. I could be here for 6 more hours, but I think that's enough. I think I got the expression, which is, yeah, it's okay. I feel that something is missing on the face, but kind of difficult to say. I'm happy with the painting, but anyway, I think that I don't know what it is. But to be honest, I don't know what it is. Something. It could be anything. Maybe light up here a little bit more. Okay. Anyway, I gotta say that these water mixable oil paints are pretty good. I'm gonna try a different brand. Let's see. You know, I have this one, like I said, and I have this one. Okay. Maybe we're gonna try the one next time. Not like next time, not like next painting, but one of these days. Okay. A little bit of green. Left ear isn't coming above the brow. Oh, Yeah, yeah. It's too high, eh? Yeah, thank you, thank you. I'm just gonna make it disappear, I think. Just there. Yeah, I mean, Dita is saying Maris isn't water mixable. Yeah, this is water mixable. Yeah, Maris water mixable oil color. I don't know the price of this, but I have checked out the price of this set. I think it's $40. 10 colors. It's pretty good, yeah. For example, this black is from the Mary's set. Yeah, why? Because there's no black on the Winton set. Maybe if you buy the 20 colors, a 20 color set, that's gonna be different. Yeah, this Mary's, it has more colors. Yeah. I have used Mary's with oil paints. But you know that when I was a teacher in the School of Art 4 years ago, all the students there they used Mary's. All of them. And I was using this Winton. You know, Winton, and some of the students told me once, yeah, your paintings are better because you're using better quality oil paints. And I said, okay, I have to use what they are using, in order to make put the example. Let's say that, and they were okay. Obviously, relationship between quality and price is always there. We want to know what's wrong with an oil paint just went after, so many years. Check out your paintings. If you have painted something red, pure red, let's say, and after a year you go and it's not pure red, that's an indication, obviously, that about the permanency of the pigment. Yeah? Or blue, or anything, any pure color. If you have a painting that you have painted a year ago and you see that, now maybe you should think about changing, yeah, to a different brand. But we don't know. So many factors, okay? Even if you put the painting to or the sun is hitting, as the sun is hitting your painting every day, that could affect the colors. Oh, Mary saying I sent some extra. Yeah, I have brown and white. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, there's no, but that's okay. This set of colors is pretty good, and we can get a darker color by mixing ultramarine blue and this glycerin crimson. And a touch of red, we have get a really darker color. Hello, Negugin. Barbara is saying, I think the top lip needs to be less round. Okay, let me check out that. Okay, yeah, I don't know, I'm not so sure, but maybe you're right. Maybe you're not. Thank you anyway. Let me think, okay? Now now you're pointing out that I think the shape is not the same. And maybe another thing that's affecting is that there is a really dark shadow, you know, that I'm not adding that dark shadow, and maybe that's affecting the thickness of the upper lip. Okay, let me see if I can put this dark shadow. Okay, I'm using blue and alizarin crimson. Now I gotta just blend this a little bit. Okay, I think that's it. Yep. I love the contrast in this area. You know, it's making the hand is coming forward more than the face, and I love that. Okay, maybe I could add a highlight to the eye. Yeah, I'm forgetting the highlight here on the eye. Here. Another highlight on the tip of the nose. Yeah. Okay. Obviously, this is happening here because it has a lot of red and green highlight, and that's kind of pushing this green highlight to the front. And since I don't have the same contrast here, this is receding a little bit. Okay, and I think that's pretty good. This effect of depth between the hand and the face. I don't want to, you know. Okay. Okay, that's it for today. Oh, Mary saying maybe new for okay okay. Oh, well, yeah. Yes, I think I have seen this brand Mary's. I have seen acrylics, oil paints. Yeah. Thank you, Mary. Okay. Thank you, Joyce. Yeah, let's take a beer now. Okay. Yeah. That's it for today. I hope I'm gonna be able to. Here I am. I hope I'm gonna be able to make another live stream tomorrow. Let's see. Maybe I'm gonna try again this. What is mixable oil paints? Let's see. Maybe I know. I bought something for. Sorry. I bought something for my son. This. And I have painted with this once. Maybe I'm gonna try tomorrow. It's pretty simple, you know. Just for trying, just for having some fun. It's pretty cheap, you know. This whole set is not even. It's not even $5. All of this. Maybe, I don't know. Just for having fun. Okay. Thank you so much, you all. Take care. See you next time.